Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching the VSO Gun Channel, and today I'm going to lead off with reading you a section of the law. This is 18 U.S.C. 922-0. Except as provided in paragraph 2, it shall be unlawful for any person to transfer or possess a machine gun. Paragraph 2. This subsection does not apply with respect to a transfer to or by or possession by or under the authority of the United States or any department or agency thereof, or a state or a department, agency, or political subdivision thereof, or any lawful transfer or lawful possession of a machine gun that was lawfully possessed before the date this subsection takes effect. Those of you who are in the know will recognize that as the Hughes Amendment to the Firearms Owners Protection Act. April 10th, 1986, a day of wanton disregard for the principles of the Constitution and an absolute dereliction of duty from all members of Congress that were present that day, that allowed a voice vote on a provision of law that would outright ban an entire class of weapons from civilian ownership in the United States. You heard that right. It wasn't a recorded vote. There's no record of it happening. There's some video, but it was just yay. That's how your rights were stripped away. And today we're going to talk about a chance that we have to correct that wrong using its own language, which I already gave to you. That and more after a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by First Form. This is a pro-freedom supplement and nutrition company. I typically gravitate towards their protein sources. The big ones that I use are their protein bars and their meat sticks. These are things that you can smash into a bag and eat on the go when you need to replenish your protein. And I have a link and a QR code that I'll throw up on screen for those of you who go over there and check out their wares. It tells them that I sent you, and it helps out the channel. So thank you very much to First Form for making today's video possible. I know that some of you have already heard this story earlier in the week, and I thank you for tuning into the video. What I want you to do is share this video to every red-blooded American that you can possibly think of. Every single person in your network needs to know about this. And what we're trying to do is get everyone to go call the West Virginia Senate. The bill is SB 1071, the Public Defense and Provisioning Act. This is a bill that was put together by Gun Owners of America that expressly exploits the language that I gave you earlier. Remember, that language from the 922-0 is you can't have a machine gun unless it's a pre-86 machine gun, or there's an entire secondary market of what we call post-sample machine guns, which is a machine gun that was made after 86 that is there for like demonstration purposes so that the U.S. Army can go test it. Law enforcement agencies can test it. The Secret Service has, fully automatic stuff. There are people that make that. There are companies that make those weapons, and there has to be an avenue for them to produce those to then tender them to those entities, right? Well, if you go back to that other exception, it says basically that the government can sell them to you. So the United States can sell them to you, a department or agency of the United States government or of a state can sell them to you. So basically what that law says is, let's just grab a random company. Say High Point is making machine guns, right? And they want to sell them to the general public. They can't do that. High Point cannot sell those guns to a distributor, and the distributor can't sell them to your local gun shop, and you go to your local gun shop and get them, right? However, if suddenly the FBI wants to start sending machine guns out to the general public, the FBI could just create a program and say, hey, High Point, we think that it's in the best interest of the United States that we start selling your weapons to the general public. Same thing for a state law enforcement agency. So what SB 1071 would do is create a function of the state police that would acquire those post-sample machine guns and then start selling them to the residents of West Virginia. All right, cool story, Kurt. I don't live in West Virginia. This would make West Virginia the undisputed champion of the Second Amendment. And as an Ohioan, we won't stand for that. So as soon as West Virginia does that, 2 weeks later, we're doing that. And I'll be damned if Texas is going to stand there and let us show them up. And if Texas is doing it, you damn well be sure that Tennessee is next, right? You see how this goes? Right now, this bill is sitting in the Senate Judiciary Committee in West Virginia, and that is under the purview of Senator and Chairman, Tom Willis. And I will have his contact information available in the pinned comment so you guys can use that to great effect. Blow up the phone lines over there. Clog the email filters. Because, again, once you break it, it can't be unbroken. Because at this point in time, there is this insane market for pre-86 machine guns. And look, I know that there's some market forces that keep various entities from really doing anything about this because the market for pre-86 machine guns has become like retirement for some folks. If you own a 1921 or 1928 Thompson, that's an original 1928 or 1921 Thompson. That thing is not going to change in value. That is an original. It might creep down a little bit, but an original 1921 or 1928 that was issued by the Marine Corps or something like that to guard the mail trains or something like that, that thing is not changing in value. That thing is still going to be $90,000, okay? What we're talking about here is moving things like 249s, M16s, M4s, and MP5s. The weapons that are currently used by various military organizations and law enforcement organizations in line with the concepts of the Militia Act. You, as an American citizen, have a right to keep and bear arms, and you have a right to keep and bear arms equivalent with the standing military that is over you. That has been the tradition of the United States since before the United States was the United States. It's kind of like integral to the heritage of the United States if you just use 2 brain cells to think about it for a second. And that, folks, is my stump for today. Couple minutes, phone call, email, hit the share button, send it to 5 or 10 people, 20 if you're feeling gracious today. I personally have some family in West Virginia, specifically in Charleston, and I'm going to be sending this video to them immediately after I publish it. So hopefully we can get some movement on this thing. We can get it to hearing, get it to the floor, and then off to the governor so that we can, in all but name, end the draconian, outdated, unconstitutional regulations that were passed essentially in the dead of night that stripped you of your constitutional rights. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the work. As I was getting ready to hit render on this, I received notification from Gun Owners of America that there are some pro-gun groups out of West Virginia that are combating this bill. And they haven't given me any details at this point in time, but I've got to go. So when I have more details, I will post it in the comments section down below, and I would invite you to join in and ridiculing them mercilessly.